Getty MEP Elmar Brok declares that Britain must not have a better EU deal than Norway. Elmar Brok said Norwegian MPs have warned him Brussels must not give the same treatment or better than we have to the UK, if it does not follow the same EU rules as them. Mr. Brok said, at a meeting with the delegation from the Norwegian Parliament, "They reminded me that we should not give Britain the same advantages as those given to member states of the EU. Norway pays for the cohesion policies of the European Union, and Switzerland does too. If you are not in the club, you have to pay a green fee when you want to play on the course." Elmar Brok: "They said this to us, and the Norwegian Prime Minister said this a few weeks ago. They warned us and said, do not give the same privileges, same treatment, or even better than we have, because we fulfill the obligations. So there's a borderline we have to accept." Norway strictly follows EU regulations and pays millions into the European budget every year in exchange for direct market access. Getty: Elmar Brok spoke on behalf of Norwegian MPs who are warning the EU on striking a deal with Britain. A Norwegian government spokesman, however, denies all claims of Norway's opposition to a superior UK-EU deal, saying, "We have repeatedly denied this as falsehood. On the contrary, it is of direct interest to Norway that the EU and the UK succeed in negotiating an orderly UK withdrawal from the EU and a framework for their future relationship." He also added that the Norwegian MP.P's views did not directly reflect government policy. Getty: Norwegian MPs claim that Theresa May wants all the perks of being in the EU after Brexit. Norwegian officials had repeatedly warned the EU against proposing an excessively generous offer to Britain, The Guardian newspaper revealed. Norway remains part of the European Economic Area, EEA, and contributes much more into the European budget per capita than the UK. The Eurosceptic Centre Party in Norway are fighting to leave the EEA, in hopes to strike a better and fairer trade deal with the EU. The remarks have raised concerns in Oslo after it seems that the Norwegian government may have to renegotiate trade terms with the EU and potentially leave the EEA, if the UK secures a better deal than them. Mr. Brok, who has previously labelled Britain's Brexit as unrealistic and nostalgic, complained that the UK wants all the perks of the EU membership, with none of the costs. "If you are not in the club, you have to pay a green fee when you want to play on the course. Britain cannot have similar advantages to a country that stays and fulfills its obligations, including paying money, into the EU budget. If someone does not contribute to that, they cannot have the same advantages."